Ranked University of Hawaii football team was rained out, and the team is practicing at the Aloha Stadium as we speak. Our Robert Kikala will have more of that in sports. But as KITV's Dan Meisenzahl reports, the wet weather didn't stop the hardcore fans.
When the thunder and lightning came, practice for the UH football team ended about an hour and a half early.
Lightning and thunder is beautiful and it's awesome, but I'm not going to be outside in it.
But it didn't stop diehard fans like Kevin Higa from showing up at the athletic department in hopes of running into a Warrior or two.
Proud fan. I couldn't get tickets, so I just want to support the guys, try to get a couple autographs for my wife.
Some fans begged us not to show their faces.
I do got work today. You can't have me.
Okay. That's right. Fans calling in sick for a chance to get an autograph from quarterback Colt Brennan are braving a major downpour to get a picture with receiver Ryan Grice Mullins.
But that just shows the support that we have, and it's been an amazing season, and hopefully one more game we can continue and get everybody else back out to the stadium, and we can celebrate on the field one more time.
A nice thought. 12-0 and BCS bowl bound, that would brighten any UH fan's day, even on a day like this. Dan Meisenzahl, KITV4 Island Television News.
Now, that bad weather will not affect Saturday's game at Aloha Stadium because the field is made of field turf. It's a synthetic material mixed with sand. It's actually better than real grass because it's so durable. The only act of nature that could stop the game would be lightning. Aloha Stadium officials are also asking fans to stay in their seats when the game ends. This is the last game for the seniors, and as tradition dictates, the senior walk will begin immediately after the game, but that ceremony will not begin until the field is cleared.
Because of heavy rains, not to mention lightning and thunder, UH football team canceled the second half of practice this morning.
We were going to run over into our indoor facilities, but there was some problem. I think, hasn't been built yet. But and then we thought we'd go to Cook Field, but there's no field. We were going to go to the baseball stadium, but there's no field there either.
Funny guy. I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. Warriors, though, did practice this afternoon at Aloha Stadium. Undefeated Hawaii needs to beat Washington Saturday night to even have a chance at getting into a big payday BCS bowl game. Key UH offense, tops in the country, scoring 47 points per game. Third in the nation, averaging 529 yards total offense per game. Huskies this season allow 31 points, 247 yards passing, almost 400 total yards per game, and they're young on defense. I'm looking at their roster. At certain times, they employ 3 freshmen in their secondary. Freshmen can't stop this receiving corps, can they?
No comment. No comment.
They surrender some points. Does that get you drooling?
Yeah, we have a great opportunity ahead of us. We don't really want to get caught up into, their season and their record, what type of team they are because, they had a tight one with USC and they, I think they beat Cal already, and so they're a good football team. We definitely can't take them for granted.
And the key for defense for Hawaii starts and stops with UW sophomore quarterback Jake Locker, 6'2", 225 pounds, strong and fast. 910 yards rushing this season, a Pac-10 record for QB. Also ran for 12 touchdowns in the air, 1,920 yards, 14 TDs, and 14 INTs.
This is what college ball is about, you know what I mean? I'm playing against the best. That's what I like about them, you know what I mean? And us linebackers is going to take them out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take them out of this game.
UH is 11-0, ranked 11th in AP, 10th in the coaches poll, 12th by BCS. Washington, 4-8. They're 4-8. They played a tough schedule, but you can't feel sorry for them, can you?
You can't at all. Like I said, we came too far. We got to finish this thing out, and hopefully we come home with the W and, get a BCS bowl.
Remember, kickoff Saturday night, pushed back a half hour to 6:30 because of ESPN.
We're back live at Aloha Stadium. Despite all the rain earlier this morning and overnight, it's dry and beautiful here. Hopefully it'll stay that way come Saturday, although a few showers might be in the forecast because, of course, that's the big night. The UH football team taking on the University of Washington. Jason Tang here now to talk about the Warriors' final preparations. They actually just wrapped up a practice in the stadium because they were washed out earlier today.
Yeah, they were. I mean, you couldn't tell right now. The weather's so nice out here. But like we saw earlier, the roads were a mess, and the rain did wash out that practice, but it did not dampen the Warriors' spirit.
We were going to run over into our indoor facilities, but there was some problem. I think, it hasn't been built yet. But and then we thought we'd go to Cook Field, but there's no field. We were going to go to baseball stadium, but there's no field there either. So we'll have practice this afternoon when the rain dies down.
All joking aside, practice is something the Warriors need. Not because they aren't ready for Saturday's game against Washington. There just happens to be a lot riding on the results of the contest.
I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get to practice today because this is probably the biggest game of our lives right here, playing against UW, man. I think we need all the practice we can get.
At 4-8 on the year, the Huskies come to the Islands as 14-point underdogs. But don't be fooled by the losing record. The Dogs play one of the toughest schedules in the nation, and their quarterback is one of the fastest the Warriors will ever see.
That kid, like some guys, he's not going to run away from you. He's going to run you over because he's so big and he's physical. But that's what I like about him, you know what I mean? And us linebackers are going to take him out.
So it all comes down to this weekend. One last game for Hawaii to finish out 12-0 and make it to a big bowl game.
Everyone talks about making statements. I mean, what better chance to make a statement, this Saturday against a BCS school? And, obviously a victory is what we need to get everything we wanted accomplished.
Now that game is sold out, but will be broadcast live on ESPN2. Kickoff set for 6:30. And speaking of ESPN, listen to how the guys on Pardon the Interruption made a case for Hawaii to go to the BCS.
Here's my case. Undefeated.
Yeah.
Not undefeated at the end of regulation like your boy Les Miles, who doesn't seem to understand you play to win the game, not kiss your sister or whatever that cliche is. So we're undefeated. Tony, tell me, who else is undefeated?
I'd have to say nobody.
Nobody, right? In the SEC? Anybody undefeated in the SEC?
I'd have to say nobody.
Anybody in the ACC?
No, but
anybody in the Pac-10?
I got a serious question.
They won't come play us.
A serious
People
question.
Won't play us.
Your schedule.
We beat Boise State.
Do you like your schedule?
We schedule who we schedule. They won't play us. They're scared. They're scared of us. They don't want to come to Hawaii.
Well, would you go anywhere to play anybody anytime?
They don't want to come to the island and get the pain in our house.
Would you go anywhere to play anybody at any time?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
We're undefeated. Undefeated. That's all you got to say. Undefeated. Put them in some big game.
Amen to that, Dash.
Yeah, that's it.
And then tomorrow we'll talk about how much the fans help out the Warriors win every game.
If it was up to Michael Wilbon, Colt would be the Heisman winner, and they'd be playing for the national championship. He loves Hawaii.
But not the Kornheiser, though.
Exactly. All
we'll
right.
have to convert him.
Jason, thank you very much. Again, security at Aloha Stadium, if you were here or watching on TV last week, was very tight. It's going to be tight again this week, and there's going to be extra security actually down on the field turf itself because, of course, you remember what happened after the game last week. This was the scene. It was fun. It was exciting, the fans rushing out onto the turf, but it is something they're not supposed to do. Police decided it would be safer to stand back last week and just protect the goalposts and let the fans party with the team and then slowly guide them out. But for the Washington game, stadium officials will implement a different strategy. They don't go into details, just that security will take action if anybody chooses to run out onto the field.
We're asking fans for their help in keeping the field clear. One, for safety issues, obviously, and two, to pay respect to the seniors that are going to be graduating on that night, playing their final regular season home game here.
It's always a special moment for the senior walk, which is held immediately after the game. So again, stadium officials urging everybody, stay in their seats, enjoy the walk, and do not disrupt the tradition.